what I would love for y'all to do, we have 5 at one table, 4 at the other, okay? So that means one group's going to have 3. So what I want you guys to do is to take your obstacle or obstacles with you, stand up and go. You will know each other and see. You'll see each other. When's opening day? Next. Oh, the 11th? Oh, I already started school around the 3rd. Must be nice. Okay, anyway, y'all stand up, go to the other table, find somebody, talk for 30 seconds. So it's 15 seconds each person, share your obstacles. Yeah, y'all go back there. Let's do it 45. I love it. See, this looks like family. All right, go. Find a person at that table. Okay, so let me take notes then. So you all talk to me and tell me. So let's talk about those obstacles, because this is really important to me. So and y'all could come back, obstacles. You all, usually I'm an excellent speller, but hormones in the brain just don't work together sometimes. All right, here we go. So I'm going to use Miami Dolphins colors. So let's go back here. So let's get started with you then. So you said like the really intentional attention is really important. Okay. Wonderful. Now let's come over here to the kindergarten table. Give me another obstacle back here. What else? Oh, do tell your story, because she was giggling. I need that, honey. It's Friday, and I've been on the road for 2 weeks. I need a laugh. Yes. Yes. Oh. Well, but you know what? She's not wrong. I mean, she's not. I mean, I know for us, when you think city, what do you think of? Yeah. Yeah. Jenkins, technically. Yeah. 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 What she is giving is absolute location. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Because technically, Jenkins, I don't know if it really completely qualifies geographically as a city anymore. Like Whitesburg used to be, oh my gosh, I gotta look this up. But like, for instance, you're considered, and this will fry your all's minds when I say this, you're considered a urban area if you have 2,500 more people that live in a concentrated area. So if at one time, Whitesburg was almost urban. Because they did have over 2,000 people that lived there. And two grouches. That cracks me up. And 2 grouches. Yeah, no, I was always way too nice. And I'm so I love that. So that geographical awareness, though, and I think that's someplace we can work for. I love that you guys are saying this. All right, give me another one up here. What's another thing? What's another obstacle you face? Okay. Yes. Yes. Doug's on the other side, and I'm sorry, when we do a review of today, he'll be like, I don't know who's banging, and he really will mean this because he doesn't know I'm over here. I don't know who's banging on the wall, and I'll be like, me. But oh gosh, I just get pumped, because here's the thing, you guys. Let's say this out loud too, is that we don't, so often until like the last 6 years, we had social studies from 5th grade up. And as somebody who teaches high school social studies, when they get to you and you'd say, let's talk about Africa. Give you an example. I had a student one time ask another student from Europe, from Germany, said somebody said, where are you from? They said, Germany. And then they said, have you ever been to Europe? And she looked at me and she went, I live in Europe. Because we sometimes, because we lacked that early, but you guys, you all in kindergarten are the beginning of greatness. I mean, literally. Because here's the thing, you all. Now, this is my little commercial about social studies and why it's so important. And yet so often it is the last thing we think of teaching sometimes, especially in elementary, because you got to teach those kids to read. You have to teach them how to be human beings. That you walk down the hall and you don't touch everything and every person that's coming at you. You don't do that. And when you go to the bathroom, come out fully put back together again, please. Okay? Can we do that? I mean, there's all kinds of things. Well, thank the Lord. Thank you, Lord. But anyway, but what happens is that kids, they actually want, the one thing they're going to graduate to be is a citizen. They will not be assigned, some of them will be scientists, just a few. Some of them may actually be engineers, maybe. I can't tell you how many engineers Letcher County has graduated because I don't keep that information. I'll look it up. We may have an author or two. Jeff Sergent is an author, and he went to Whitesburg High School. So, you know, that kind of thing. But those numbers are so singular. They're like single digits. But the one thing 100% of our students will do is to be a citizen. So how cool would it be? Because Miss Amy's children are very close to that end point where they go out into the world, and she kills herself, because I've seen it, making sure that they have an awareness of that transition, you know, what is coming next and everything else. But what about when they walk in their schools, when they're kindergarten kids? Because I had a second grade teacher that did this, and she said it changed the dynamic of her classroom. Because I said this in a training she was in. I said, what if instead of being, now I can say this to y'all, instead of being Wildcats or Jackets or anything like that, their mascot, what if they come into the building that day and the principal says, you are a citizen of Martha Jane Potter? What does a good citizen do? A good citizen is about safety. A good citizen is about an orderly environment. You just see what I'm saying? All the things that a good citizen, right? Is all the things that a good citizen does, period. So if we start calling, so that way, when they get to me in high school and I start calling them a citizen, there's not that detached notion. Because then all of a sudden they look at me, because always for their 18th birthdays, I would pass out voter registration cards. Like somebody, they would be happy birthday, you know, that kind of stuff. And I'd go up and say, hey, how old are you? And sometimes it was kids I knew, sometimes it wasn't. And I'd say, hey, I hear it's your birthday. And they'd be like, yeah, I'm 18. I went, awesome. Come in my room, I got a present for you. And they were like, oh, maybe she gives out candy. They came in and I would hand them a voter registration card. And I would say, welcome to America, you know, and vote, you know, that kind of thing. So that is, give me another obstacle back here. I love that. Heather, is there anything else that you're thinking that I just want to put it on the table? Okay, if you do, yell it out. Give me another one up here, if you have another one. Because you may not. Look at it. God, y'all have perfect class. So that being said, let me show you. Okay, how many of you guys use AI on a regular basis? We're changing that today, friends. We are changing. Does Letcher County have an AI policy? Can AI be used? Okay, I need to invest. I'll check out. Because if not, you can use this from home on your own account, because AI is free, and we're going to talk about that. But in Kentucky, we actually have 2 sets of standards. Look at this, what your kiddos still have to do. And when we have our alternate assessment, our kiddos still have to live here, because we have standards in each of these. So what can we do to make those lessons come alive? What can we do to support our kids in that and do it all year long so that they have those scaffolds, so they have those skills? And my favorite word, repetition and practice within that, because that's what they need. Oh, this thing. So here's what I want you guys to do. Talk to your neighbors real fast, because I'm going to get into this AI thing. Oh, yeah, we got to hustle. So right here, what I want you guys to look at. Go here. I'm sorry. Go right here and using evidence and communicating conclusion. Look at that with your neighbors. Talk out loud. I'm going to give you a minute. Read each of those. Somebody at the table wants to read it out loud. It doesn't matter, but I want y'all to look at those. These are the things our kids have to do. K-12. That's K-12, y'all. You guys are like, kindergarten. So kind of finish up there, because I know you're doing that quick glance. I don't want you to go any deeper than that. So just think about all those things. What right off the top of your head, what automatically are you thinking about? Oh my gosh, they're going to have a problem with this. What are some of those things they're going to have a problem with? Just rapid fire, you all. Just say it out loud. Because by the way, legit, kindergarten uses primary and secondary sources. Right off the bat, what do you see? It's like, bing, 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 my kid can't do that, my kid can't do that. Read, thank you. Or not read on level. But can they think on level? Ish. Oh, God, you live for those sometimes. I know you do. I mean, that's your reward, and that's beautiful. What else do you see here? That you're like, ooh, so you see reading? What else do you see? Yeah. Now that's what it can't, but look down here. Here's what I love. And in a world of ever expanding communication inside outside the classroom walls, students should also be able to utilize newer media forms, podcasts, reels. How were your all's kids with cell phones, like taking like a little video and stuff like that? Shut the front door. Okay, so let's also look. Hello. I don't need a kid to write. Oh, I mean, I need them to write some. Oh, heavens to Betsy, I just said that out loud that way. But I mean, if I'm checking their thinking on what they're learning, take a video. Get that phone out. You know, one of my favorite assignments that I got to do a few years. Then after that, it became complicated with technology. But I used to love. I would tell the kids, I want you to turn in 5 pictures, and they had 3 days to do it. And I said, I want 5 pictures of what freedom in America looks like. Now they understood, y'all, that there was no indecent pictures. There was not. They understood, okay? But I said, I want 5 pictures of what freedom looks like, you know, what freedom means or what it looks like in America, you know, kind of thing. And like kids would take a picture of them, you know, going down to the river park, you know, and walking. You know, they took a picture of a church. They would take a picture of the courthouse, because it represented voting. It represented the fact that you could own a home, own a house, I mean, a car, and that whole kind of thing. It represented that. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, one time a kid took a picture of the sidewalk, and I was like, he said, move about freely. I went, oh my God. How many times have I read, you know, parts of the Constitution like that? And I went, sorry, I didn't understand. You know, I mean, because they understand that, you know. Hello, that is an assignment. Sorry. That's an assignment that you guys could do, you know? And that's something that we can take and the little kindergartners, now those pictures are gonna be more fun. But anyway, so we think about that, but it doesn't have to be essays. Multimedia presentations, I bet you they're great at putting Google Slides together. What about your kiddos with Google Slides? Not yet, okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, if you ask them what they want to be when they grow up, a lot of them say
Influencer. I mean, they know the word influence. I don't think I did in kindergarten, but I mean, I didn't get to go to kindergarten. I was first grade. So yeah, I mean, I wonder about that. So that being said, so you've already told me all of this. So here's what I want us to talk about really quickly. So when we look, right here we go. I want to show you these first because we want to hustle through these because I want to give you some stuff. Here are the 3 principles of the universal design for learning. This means principle number 1, as it says up here, provide multiple means of engagement. Give them a lot of different ways to get into that content. You guys see that with Miss Amy. Like she'll show a video, she'll do a reading, you know, she'll have pictures. Same thing with your kid. Is it not amazing? And you said it so wisely a minute ago. Look at how similar the approach to subjects are, you know, and I love that. I love that. Provide multiple means of representation and provide multiple means of action and expression. So this is where this means they have all kinds of ways. How does that child communicate? So what do you need to know about your kid to bring them into these areas? What do you need to know? What's the most basic legal obligation to your kiddos? Because I know y'all work with more than one. You check their what? Yeah, their IEPs. You know, so I'll make Tanya my student in my classroom. I have to know how she best communicates. I have to know how she best accesses information. But
our kids seem to learn even better watching a video, of course, rather than reading.
yeah,
It's like they can't take the knowledge.
yeah,
If you're seeing.
yeah, because they have the audio with the visual. And that visual is so important. Same thing with kindergartners. Oh gosh, yeah. And now with the new theories that are out there, cognitive load theory, y'all, after 2 minutes, and this is nothing to think, after 2 minutes, working memory is done when it comes to a video. So working on things like not showing them the whole video, you know, and that kind of thing just yet. So let's talk about your kids, because we're gonna do a little reading here, like we would do. Now, this is 4th grade. I tried to pick the middle of the road with you all. So let's talk about how we're going to help our kids access this information. So you guys can take this with you when you go, and if it ends up in your folder, that's awesome. I think I did it right. Yes, this should be 5. Should be. Did I search your, huh? Did you really? Listen, I can tell you, your kindergarten, who's your kindergarten? Don't tell me later. Ah, Why is this thing acting crazy? Did it? Phew, thank you, Lord. Thank you. So we're going to talk about multiple means of representation. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. So this is the big place where you all can help, and you can help your general education teacher, okay? That's me. So when I'm thinking about Tanya, and I've got this thing in there, and I've got this reading that I'm passing out, I'm thinking, God, am I going to keep Tanya as she's reading? Do you care if I use you? Okay. Am I going to keep her while we're doing this and that kind of thing? So y'all read through that. It'll take you all, if you haven't already, it'll take you 40 seconds, if that long, to read it. So read through that real quick. Oops. I'll leave it there. Slideshow. All right. So so have you guys heard of ChatGPT? Okay, good. But you haven't used it much? Listen, I'm getting ready to release y'all. Now, again, we have to talk to Randy Bailey first. Okay, if it's not in network, go home, do it real quick, bring it back in the next day. Okay, for your kiddos. For you guys, it's going to be a matter of reading level. They're teaching fluency. They're teaching them how to read. For you all, it is all about practice and accessing the student on, at their reading level, at their lexile ability and everything. So these are some of the things that we can do to help our kiddos. So when you all read that, what were all the obstacles you identified for your kids? So back here, what did you all say? One, can they read it? Some of the kiddos, maybe? Yeah. So we already know we're going to have a dedicated reader, right? Let's talk about, what about you all? Same thing? Now, God, I love this. You all are the most perfect group I've ever had come into it. I have never, oh my gosh, this is a rich conversation. All right, so now we know that we're going to have a dedicated reader. Now let's talk about length. I love it. Yeah, no, Kim. What about, yeah, no. Okay, so good. So now we know we're going to have a dedicated reader, and we are going to have to modify this thing because we have to shorten it, right? Now let's talk about vocabulary. How are we doing there? Is there some words? Yeah.
I mean, when ours did it last year, they knew about ACNDs, they knew about spices, which we had like 4 or 5 vocabulary words from it.
Yeah.
They had to like remember.
Yes.
That some of them was that. The year he did it. I mean.
Awesome. This is good.
Certain words.
Yeah. But certain, no. So, oh, gosh, this thing's killing me. So what we do is, what I want to do really quickly. Now, one thing that you got to be careful about. So I'm going to show you guys something really fast. Oh, gosh, I just now realized I'm getting ready to show you this, and you may or may not be able to do it. Oh, because it all depends. So I'm going to go grab this reading. So what level do we need it on? Lexile level. So what grade? So can you all be more perfect? All right, so we're going to go, if we're going to go K1, please, Lord, if this dings and they say, someone in your school accessed AI today. Of course, wait, Alex is getting ready to do it a bunch. So I'm good, I'm in the clear. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go get it out of my Google Drive, which I can't find because I can't see in these glasses. Here we go. So let me go up here to my recents, grab it. There that thing is. So Columbus goes west. So here's what I'm going to do. And you guys, I'm using Google Gemini. Which if you're talking about, and I'm telling you, listen, I know people. I have this one person that I know. His wife, this is a little aside, because you're my peeps. Would you like to redecorate your house or porch or anything? Say yes or no. Yes. Okay, good, thank you. That's all I needed. What you do is, there on ChatGPT, if you take a picture of your porch or your room, and you put it in ChatGPT, and say, please recommend redecorating tips. Yes. Redecorating trips to make it look like Americana or to make it farm style. And you tell it to do that. It not only pops up pictures and a list of what you need to do, it sends you links of where to buy the stuff to make it look like that. There's your family tip for the day. All right. So, or don't, if your husbands start sending, start posting at me on Facebook, what have you done to my checkbook? What have you done to my credit card? Leslie's killing me. I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. All right. ChatGPT. Yeah, GPT. And matter of fact, you could use that for this too. Okay. GPT.
My kids
Yep.
in class, I'll say, can y'all tell me something? They'll be
that. Can we get our phones out and look at ChatGPT?
Oh my God. Oh, for reals?
I've never heard
Oh my
of
gosh.
it.
You can, okay, if you're cooking recipes, God, stop it, Kim. You're not talking about special education. All right, here we go. We will, listen, catch me during lunch. I'll tell you all kinds of tricks. I'm telling you, honey. Recipes, that's all I'm going to say. Shopping list and everything. That's all I'm saying. All right. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Now, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to, hold on, let me copy. So I'm going to copy this. So yeah, so the thing is too, that whole thing about helping write essays and that kind of thing, I mean, it's good if you use it to have an idea of what you want to say, because you know the ideas and that kind of thing. But now colleges have a different view. But let's go right here to, like I said, I use Google Gemini. Google Gemini, and I think I'm saying this correctly, because when you want to know something, where do you go? Google. So ChatGPT, and y'all, if y'all go to Alex's session later today, check me on with him. ChatGPT only renews their knowledge about every 4 months. They recirculate their, the kind of thing. Google, because everybody Googles everything they want to know, their information refreshes every 24 hours. So that's why I use Google Gemini more, but because I want it to do that. So I'm going to tell this thing right here where it says, ask Gemini. I'm going to say, please, sometimes I say please, please lower the Lexile to kindergarten reading level. And then I paste it, and then I tell it to get busy. And this is what it did. Yep, there's kindergarten, but now here's the even better part. If there are some words, now this is where you guys have to be equipped, because I'm going to tell you now, AI is only as smart as you are. And I know you guys are like, no. Well, there's a reason it says artificial. You have human experience. You also know your standards. I picked this based on the standards for 4th grade. So you will have that standard in mind. You go to the teacher and say, hey, I took that thing we were talking about, and I lowered the Lexile. Are there some vocabulary words missing? So what I want you guys to do is to take this really, really fast. It's almost time for lunch. Take this really fast, go through it, and I'll bring a highlighter if you need it. Find words that we've got to go back and make sure are in there. If you want a highlighter, yeah. Oh, okay, good. I forgot about they're the little 5s. I love that. So yeah. So what would be words in the original that we have to make sure go in here? We've got North and South America. We have words king, queen, Spain, East Indies, ocean. But is there a word that they used in here? Do you see the word spices in the new one? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me read it for you. Okay, good. All right. So he's going to, and look at this. They even have Haiti and Dominican Republic. It even tells you that they were, are the present day and that kind of thing. Could you all live with this? Yeah. So what we can do too, another thing that I like to do, let me go back to my little, now let me show you another one. Are you familiar with this? Yeah, let me go in here. Now what you can do is you can tell it to create a flashcard. And then you can type in all the words you needed to create a flashcard with the definition. And it pulls that up for you. And you can write those definitions on that little index card. And then you know what I'm going to do with that kiddo? Both sets. I'm going to say draw or cut out, because I'm going to have some pictures also available, because some kids may not have the physical capacity to draw. Okay? And then some kids don't have the fine motor skills, to draw. But I'm going to have pictures available so they can put a picture of that thing. Like if it were spices, I would already have a picture accessible that would show pepper, paprika, all these little things. And they would say, I'm going to cut that out and put that on this flashcard too. But now I want to do another activity. How many of you guys have had to do vocabulary with the kiddos? So we're going to do a little vocabulary activity. I created this, please, Lord, let it work. All right, so this is what we're going to do. So these, by the way, you keep these, because these are words our kiddos have to know. Kindergarten, through 12th grade. So I'm giving you the prefixes and suffixes. I'm going to tell the guys to fix that word as I'm trying to say it. Hand it down this side. I'm going to give you one more, and then there for you two. So here's another thing that you can do with those kiddos as you're supporting them. Boy, howdy, I can sure see kindergartners needing this one, right? So looking at this. So look at those. So I'm going to ask you all, we're going to have like a little quiz. Not really a quiz. This is an activity. Because how many times have they given these kids these words, you know, like monarch, autocracy, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to teach this to this kid. But you know what really unleashes these words sometimes? Knowing where the prefix and the suffix together mean. So I do, you do, we do. So let me do the first one with you. And maybe, I'll just do the first one. Then we're going to do the second one together. All right. Oh my gosh. Listen, honey, look at me. And where am I from? All right, ready? Let's do this one. I picked the hardest word right off the bat. Autobiography. So let's help that kid. And by the way, this thing right here, if you all would like the template. So I want you to look at the top. I gave you a little reading that if we'd had time. So notice how we have to teach geography. And your kids are like, what is geography? And you're like, we study maps and stuff. Well, that's not what geography is. We're going to figure that out. Now look at you. You are my gifted and talented student. You went right ahead. All right, ready? Look on your list of prefixes and suffixes. What does auto mean? Self. Write that down. I know you've already got the word auto, autobiography. So we're dissecting it. What does bio mean? Life. And what's graphy? Written. Written, self, life. So when we empower those kids within our English language, they need this. Here you go, girl. This is my favorite one to write with. You can have it all day long. Yeah, and you can keep it. It's the least I could do, even though I didn't get to teach you Spanish. All right, let's do another one. So now, let's go to the end, and we'll do one or two in between. Well, not the end. Go to bibliography on the back. What is biblio? Book. What is graphy again? Written. Yep. Anthropology. What is ology? Study of. And what's anthro? Man. For both y'all, what about a word wall of these things? Like as these kids learn them, did you already write that down? Oh, then we have geography. Now you all do that at your tables and we're going to talk about it. Do geography, chronology, and autocraft.